you for staying tuned to Smart24 Television, where we believe in smart business. I'm usually joined by co-presenter Hannah Mbago. She's away on special assignment. For those of you who are joining us, you're tuned into the most recent business channel in the country. We aim at giving you, we're not in competition with anybody, really. We're here to just give you the financial information and financial needs that you need to make those decisions. So at the end of the day, you can be prosperous. And that's why we're here. Just remember, we do have numerous studios, not just here in Uganda, but we do have studios also in the US and in Dubai as well. We'll be telling you about that as and when we roll out this channel. But most importantly, for those of you who are watching this morning, this show is called Smart Business. On Smart Business, you can find all the necessary information that you need, either to be inspired or maybe to make a financial decision. And I think before the break, we told you how it is where you can get from point A to B. You know, we're a few days away from Christmas. If you're traveling up country, we've already given you the rates. If perhaps you're in the office right now and you've run out of gas or you've run out of fuel, you might be wondering, where can I fuel? Where is it the cheapest at this particular moment? We told you that Petrol City this morning has the best rates for both petrol per litre and diesel per litre in this area, so you can go and fuel up if you are around about that area. I think it was Petrol City in Tinda. They have a good rate this morning. We also told you how the Uganda shilling is trading vis-a-vis the dollar, vis-a-vis the British pound, vis-a-vis the euro. It's pretty constant, and we expect it right through the Christmas break to remain that way. There's nothing that has really shaken the Uganda shilling as of yet or recently, so it will remain quite steady as we enter the end, of course, of the close of 2018. And we usually have a segment within the show of women in lifestyle, and we profile a lot of people and we discuss their lives and we discuss their net worth and perhaps the value of their brand. And today we're talking about the value of the brand of Queen Abenacho, born in 1996. She's a Ugandan model and beauty pageant title holder who was crowned Miss Uganda in 2018. She represented Uganda at the Miss World 2018 in China and was crowned Miss World Africa 2018. At the Miss World 2018 contest, Abenacho was a winner in the head-to-head challenge portion of the contest, thereby placing top 5. She's the first Ugandan to place this high in this annual pageant. And of course, she won the Miss Africa title at the Miss World Beauty Pageant. And to top it up, she became the second runner-up, the first East African to accomplish that feat. This is her story.
Blessed with beautiful soils, different water bodies, waterfalls.
Miss Uganda 2018, 2019 is Queen Abenacho.
Hi, my name is Queen Abenacho, Miss Uganda 2018-2019. I am 22 years old. I love cooking because it's like therapy to me. I come from the Eastern region, the tourism hub of Uganda. Blessed with beautiful soils, different water bodies, waterfalls, and very hospitable people. They say black is beautiful, and that's what we are. One out of 4 girls ages 13 to 17 is either pregnant or a mother. This is very disheartening, and as I look at all the ladies out here, I must say we are really blessed that we don't have to go through all this, but we can't say the same for our sisters out there. Story of Daisy. Daisy was molested by her father at 12 years old. The father passed away and she had to go live with her grandfather, and the grandfather did the same thing. Now this girl gave birth. Imagine giving birth to your grandfather's child. And this is happening a lot in Uganda. I come from the eastern part of Uganda, and it has the highest rate of teenage pregnancies.
My vote goes to Uganda.
Uganda, congratulations, you have made the Miss World Final 30.
Miss Uganda 28.
Well, there you have it. Our woman in lifestyle today is Queen Abinacho. And Queen Abinacho, as many of you know, placed second of a second runner-up in the Miss World beauty pageant. And for those of you who might not be aware, this is a great opportunity for Queen Abinacho as an individual, as a person. No East African has ever placed this high at that world showpiece, so it's pretty impressive. Abinacho was born in February 1996 to Ugandan parents, Mr. Charles Sembera and Miss Alice Chamulesire, in Mayuge district. As of November 2018, she was expected to graduate with a degree in business computing from Makerere University Business School. So yesterday, Queen Abinacho, actually she's Queen Abinacho, landed, or her plane touched down in the afternoon, and she was received by hordes of people. First of all, of course, I think she was on flight with her parents, her dad and her mom. Her mom is in the light blue dress, and Queen, of course, is in the center there. And she was accompanied by Brenda Nanyonjo. She's, of course, of Miss Uganda, the proprietor of the Miss Uganda pageant here in Uganda. And also you can see quite a few people, Mr. and Mrs. Alibai as well. And you can see numerous, you can see the Minister of Tourism, he was there. You could also see of course, later on, Queen Abinacho then paid a courtesy call on His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda. And the President actually mentioned, and he tweeted about it, he said, Queen Abinacho is a depiction of African beauty. Very tall, very, very beautiful indeed. However, he did note something which is very important, and I know a lot of people were talking about it and discussing it. He said that Queen was very beautiful, but why didn't she use her natural hair? And I think that is also something that must be discussed at length. I know we will discuss it from a business aspect and from a business point of view. The issue of the beauty industry, how much cosmetics are out there, and what is it that people try what is the connotation of beauty on a person? Yeah, we spend a lot of money, be it on our hair, and that's, I think, what the President was trying to say. We spend a lot of money on our hair as African people, yet we do have our own natural and beautiful hair. So he did say that, yes, Queen Abinacho is extremely beautiful, extremely physically beautiful, but I want Queen Abinacho to use her platform to encourage black girls to use, or black or African or Ugandan girls, to use their own natural hair, because there's nothing wrong with your own natural hair. So that is pretty much Queen Abinacho. She has been trending throughout yesterday, and her title means that now it opens her up to the entire world. To be placed second runner-up in the Miss World beauty pageant is a big deal. Many people were talking that it doesn't matter, but it's a big deal in the business sense. First of all, she gets to meet the President, the head of state. 3-4 months ago, this was almost impossible. But today she gets to meet the President of the Republic of Uganda. Tomorrow, she'll be able to travel anywhere around the world and be given audience. And I think that's why the Ministry of Tourism in Uganda has decided that we don't have any worthy ambassador as opposed to Queen Abinacho. And there you have it. When she arrived, she was already given numerous prizes and numerous presents. She also won some money at the Miss World beauty pageant. But now, of course, the real work begins. How is she going to sell herself? How is she going to brand herself? How is she going to make money from the brand that she has created? So we will be following the story of Queen Abinacho. It's a great start in anybody's language, because most importantly, once you have a title like that, you have opportunities like meeting heads of state, like you can see there. She's with the President of the Republic of Uganda. Secondly, you have opportunities to do a lot of endorsements. There are lots of beauty products and beauty and companies that are going to use her image, are going to use her face to promote not just her, but also to promote their businesses. So at the end of the day, she's going to make quite a lot of money. Now, in a business sense, the question will always be, does Queen Abinacho own her rights? Does she give her rights to the Miss Uganda beauty pageant? Is it the Miss Uganda beauty pageant that has the right to Queen Abinacho's brand? So that is something that business people will be looking into. Who owns a brand that is Queen Abinacho? Is it her intellectual property, or did she sign a contract and give it to Miss Uganda when she participated in the Miss Uganda beauty pageant? So that's something that we as business people will certainly be analyzing and looking through. But otherwise, it's a good job, well done, because at the end of the day, to be ranked, like I said, second in fact, second runner-up in the Miss World beauty pageant is no mean feat at all. They said that the Miss World beauty pageant this time in Sanya in China was watched by over 1 billion people. So now over 1 billion people know who Queen Abinacho is. So she already has a huge fan base. That's number one. Number two, yeah, she already has the brand or the title of Miss World Africa. That's a huge title to have. So she can, of course, the opportunities are surmountable for this young lady. So we will be watching out for Queen Abinacho, what exactly her year as Miss Africa is going to be like, and how she'll be able to capitalize on it 100%. That's how we always look and analyze issues on this business channel. We take a look at the business angle of everything. So now, for example, Queen Abinacho, who is now a beauty pageant holder, she is Miss Africa, Miss World Africa. What can she do with her new title to improve herself, to improve her community, and perhaps to improve her country? We know some very, very famous people today who won the Miss World beauty pageant and what they have become. Aishwarya Rai is valued, Aishwarya Rai, former Miss India, who won the Miss World beauty pageant in 1994, is now valued at over $20 million US. That's Aishwarya Rai. Then there's Priyanka Chopra, who also won the Miss World beauty pageant. Today, she's a leading film star in the US, averaging almost $2 million per movie, and she's valued at over $60 million US. So we always take a look at the money aspect in every story, in every situation. So Queen Abinacho, her brand as it stands today as Queen Abinacho, is over 100,000 US. We're going for a quick break. We'll be right back. Smart Business is what you're watching. We're Smart24 Television, where we make sure that you are informed. Just remember that you can follow us on our social media platforms throughout the day. We'll be letting you know how you can find us on social media. Just remember the commodity rates continue to roll right in the squeeze box in the lower aspect of the screen. So make sure that you know what commodity and what price it is in which area so that you can get a good rate. We also have a squeeze box right to my right hand side that you can see right now with the top news as and when it comes in. Like I told you, our news has a different angle. Our news is of a business sense. So if it's a political issue, we bring you how the means and matters in which it will affect the economy. We also take a 360 view of what that means to you, what it means to your finances, and how you will be affected. That's how things are on Smart24. Our priority is for you to be smart. And we also focus a lot on smart business. This show, the mid-morning show, on everything that is smart about business. Be it a businessman, be it the latest fuel rates, be it the latest travel rates, we always give it to you in a very smart way. And today on our sport profile, we're profiling the gentleman that is Jose Mourinho. And many of you might be wondering why Jose Mourinho. You know, football is big business. It's lots of money. It's a multi-billion-dollar or multi-billion-pound industry. And most importantly, the people who are at the very top, like the coaches, determine a lot. It determines whether at the end of the day you will buy shares or you will sell your shares at Manchester United, the club. So what happens in the boardroom directly affects not just the players on the pitch, it affects you as a businessman or a businesswoman who wants to make an investment in international football. So let's take a look at, of course, Jose Mourinho's profile. We'll come back to analyze on what it means, what his expenses mean, of course, to the club and where the club is heading after he has left.
Felix, also known as Jose Mourinho, was born on 26 January 1963 and is a Portuguese professional football coach and former football player. His most recent managerial position was at Manchester United as a manager. Following an uneventful career as a player across Portugal's football pyramid, Mourinho studied sports science at the Technical University of Lisbon and attended coaching courses in Britain. In Lisbon, he worked as a physical education teacher and had spells working as a youth team coach, a scout, and an assistant manager. In 2008, Mourinho moved to Serie A club Inter Milan, and within 3 months he had won his first Italian honour, the Supercoppa Italiana, and completed the season by winning the Serie A title. In his second season, Inter became the first Italian club to win the treble of Serie A, Coppa Italia, and the Champions League, and he became one of the 5 coaches to have won the European Cup with 2 different teams. He was also the recipient of the first ever FIFA World Coach of the Year award in 2010. He then signed with Real Madrid, winning the Copa del Rey in his first season. The following year, he won La Liga and became the 5th coach to have won league titles in 4 countries. He then left Madrid in 2013 and returned to Chelsea, where he won another league championship and League Cup, but was dismissed in 2015 after a poor run of results. He was then appointed at Manchester United in 2016, where he won the FA Community Shield, League Cup and the UEFA Europa League in his first season. He did not win a trophy in his second season and left the club midway through the 2018-2019 campaign. As a manager, Mourinho has won 25 major honors, making him one of the most successful managers of all time. He was named Portuguese Coach of the Century by the Portuguese Football Federation in 2015 and holds the distinction of being the first coach to have spent more than €1 billion on transfers. Due to his tactical knowledge, charismatic but also very controversial personality, and what his opponents regard as emphasis on getting results over playing beautiful football, he has drawn comparisons between both admirers and critics with Argentine manager Helenio Herrera. He is also widely regarded by many in the sport to be one of the greatest managers of all time. At the time of his exit from Manchester United, Jose Mourinho was the most expensive manager, earning £40 million.
And there you have it. Jose Mourinho is our profile for sport. Like I said, whenever we profile anything, we take the business angle from it. Jose Mourinho has been coaching at Manchester United till 2 days ago when he was given the boot by the board. And many of you might be wondering, why feature Jose Mourinho? Well, it's pretty important. If you're a football analyst, or perhaps if you're interested in football, the business aspect of football, because it's a multi-billion-dollar business, and perhaps you're interested in buying shares at Manchester United, it determines a lot who the coach is. The coach will determine whether things go up, whether shares go up through their wins, or whether they go down through their wins. Now, Jose Mourinho, that man from Portugal, has been a very controversial figure, calling himself the one, and indeed, in my books, one of the best coaches in the world, but very erratic indeed. And after humiliating losses at Manchester United, the board had no option but to ask him to leave. And one of the reasons that he had to leave was the fact that at the end of the day, he was actually spending quite a lot. Let's take a look at what he spent. Mourinho's total spend was £353.7 million. That is in transfer, and that transfer of players, and that's purchasing of players. This is since summer 2016. Let's take a quick look there. You can see Paul Pogba, who came in from Juventus all the way to Manchester United at a fee of £89 million, one of the highest transfers of all time. And then Romelu Lukaku came in from Everton at £75 million. Then, of course, we had Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk. He came in at £47 million. Then Nemanja Matic from Chelsea came in at £35 million. Then Victor Lindelof came in from Benfica at £30.9 million. Then Eric Bailly came in from Villarreal at £30 million. Then, of course, you can see Diego Dolat came in from Porto. You remember he won the UEFA Champions League in Porto. That's why I'm sure he went after Diego Dolat. And, of course, a very beautiful player. And he came in at £19.3 million. Just remember, this is from 2016. Summer of 2016. And, of course, Lee Grant came in from Stoke. at 1.5 million pounds. And of course, Abramovich came in from Paris Saint-Germain at a transfer fee. That's pretty free, but you must remember that he also had a lot of endorsements backing him up at that time. Then Alexis Sanchez came in from Arsenal on a swap arrangement, totaling, of course, to 353.7 million pounds. Then remember that for the last 2 years or so, Jose Mourinho has been living in a hotel. And the hotel was billing him every single night 816 pounds per night. That's 816 pounds per night. Top up his salary of 14 million pounds every single year. So you can imagine the gentleman we're talking about, Jose Mourinho, spending big. And you know, in business, your bosses believe in minimum spend, maximum profit. So at the end of the day, you found that Jose Mourinho was spending way above what was expected of him, and he wasn't producing the results. Yes, he won a few titles here and there, but it wasn't the Manchester United of old. So if you're a businessman or businesswoman, perhaps interested in the brand name that is Manchester United, you're interested in the shareholding, you're interested in perhaps procuring a share. That means that if you did buy shares during the time that Jose Mourinho was signed up way back in 2016, the shares were high, they were up. However, by the time Jose Mourinho was leaving, because of the uncertainty concerning his exit, because of course, at the end of the day, the uncertainty of the manner in which he was booted meant at the end of the day, without a shadow of a doubt, the shares would drop. So people who held on to their shares at this particular time would mean that their shares, the value of the shares of Manchester United had dipped. So they have to wait till they get another coach, until the team is back to winning ways. And of course, all that, the shareholding has been determined by that man, Jose Mourinho. Very controversial figure in the face of football, but also in terms of money. How do you spend over 353.2 million pounds, almost close to GDP of Uganda? That's what Jose Mourinho spent in a matter of 2 years, just with transfers alone, just with procurement of players, and just with the branding for the team. So Jose Mourinho, a man who's leaving Manchester United, pretty much a troubled business, and pretty much with a shareholding tanking at this particular moment. For those of you who perhaps might be interested in buying shares later on, because we know that we're not just watched in Uganda, we're watched in East Africa, and Ugandans, of course, have interests, business interests all around the world. You should watch, they always say, just watch the manner in which perhaps a team will play, the manner in which the whole football club shall be managed. And if they get back to winning ways, that will mean that the shares will go up. On that note, we're going for a quick commercial break. We're going to be back with Smart at Work. that you enjoyed the headlines. Remember, on this channel, Smart24 Television, where we believe in smart business, like the name of this program, you can always catch up with the headlines at the top of the hour and at 1/2 the hour. Every single half hour, you'll be briefed about all the news making business, and we'll be analyzing it for you from the business aspect, just for you. At this juncture, we have to bid you adieu, but I have to say a special thank you to our entire production crew who made it possible for you to watch this local program on this channel. Thank you for choosing Smart24 Television. And also, just a quick mention, we usually have our cameras out and about following you as you get down to Smart at Work. So remember, if you do want our cameras to follow you doing your work in your office or doing something special that you consider work, kindly call the number at the end of this program so that you can make a booking with our producer. Thank you for watching and have a good day.
Amanya Francis Chiwanuka Majwega nkola ne Yuga Chikodre Breeders Limited. Company yo ekola ku kwaluza enkoko, ekola emmere ey'enkoko, ekola n'emmere y'ebyennyanja. Twaluza obukoko obw'amagi n'obukoko obw'ennyama obuto era nga bwe tutunda bwokka, n'emmere y'ebyennyanja nayo weeri, n'emmere y'ebisolo ebirala ng'ente.